Hi everybody, this is Lisa and welcome to episode 73 of the Three of Skeins podcast. Hey Cryss.
Hey. We've got a new setup and I'm still adjusting. It's weird. I'm like,
we're trying something new out. We're recording on a phone. So we'll see.
Don't say that like this is the first time anyone's ever done this. We're behind.
Look, it's the first
People
time
have been
for
recording
me.
on phones
So
for
I'm
quite
just
some
like,
time now.
I'm trepidatious. But you know what? You live, you learn, you try new things.
So. So you got a blanket in your hand, so.
I do. I don't know if you guys have been following, but I have been working on our blanket. Oh, you should feel the weight of this thing. It's heavy.
What is this material? Because I remember this stuff was itchy.
I don't know what it's made of. This is actually an old blanket that we had already been using for years. So we had this blanket so long, I think it came from our parents' apartment in Brooklyn. So it was on its last legs when Mom made this quilt. So she cut off the part that was messed up and used it as a quilt backing. So this is a true scrap project. So all of the pieces you see here, somebody wore clothes made out of these. Matter of fact, my favorite skirt ever was made out of this plaid. So what I've
broken nail and it's really bothering me.
Yeah. What I've been doing this week though is sewing up the places where it just literally came apart at the seams. So actually there have been some bigger gashes than this. I'm about halfway through. But the nice part about having these gashes where the seams came apart was that sometimes I could just reach my hand in and sew from the back side, turn it out, and just sew two seams together. Otherwise, what I was doing was doing a sort of, I don't know the official name for it. I call it, I think, a cat stitch, where I catch a little piece on this side and a little piece on the other fabric. And when I pull it together, it closes back up.
I like doing that. It's very imprecise. You just catch a little piece of fabric and I don't think like that.
Yeah, but that's all you need. But like I said, I'm almost all the way through with the repairs. This is cozy. I'm almost all the way through the repairs, and this week I am hoping to finish the repairs and then start drawing my grid.
And you're gonna embroider this whole blanket.
I wasn't planning to at first, but as I worked with it, some of these fabrics are actually wearing thin. So the extra thread will kind of reinforce the whole thing.
That's the labor of love.
I'm already sewing up the holes by hand. Oh, interesting thing. I'm using like a light blue gray thread to sew it up with. It's almost invisible. I'm trying to find a spot that I actually sewed up, and it's actually really hard. I think this is one. It's really hard because the thread, although you see so many different colors in this blanket, I can't see the thread even up close. And I really love this color for that. It just really, really just blends in with everything. But that's where I'm at. This week, finish repairs and start drawing my grid. So then I can start stitching. Very exciting. So I will be bringing on, when I'm ready to start doing the Sachiko, I'll be bringing on the different candidates for color that we can choose together. What you got going on, Cryss?
It's starting to seem like a lot as I look at my pile. I still working on the vest. I finished the front and the back. And the other night I was working on it. So my allergies have been kicking my behind. Yeah. It hasn't been a good week. And so the other night I was working on the vest and I was like, you know what? You really don't feel well. You shouldn't work on the vest right now. I worked on it anyway. And I made a number of mistakes. It's okay though. It's okay. It's crochet. It's not life or death.
When the sensible part of our mind speaks up, why do we always say, shush, leave me alone?
So first I was very concerned I was going to run out of the pink yarn as I worked on the back. So I just added some of the other colors I was working with to finish it off. So then I ripped out some of the front just to make the front match the back. So now we just have those 2 stripes at the top.
Oh, okay.
But mistakes that I made. One, you see how I have a neck edging here?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't, because I haven't sewed my shoulder seams together yet.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I have 2 separate pieces, the front and the back. And, you know, usually you do your neck edging in the round after you seam it. Nope. So I got a front neck edging and no back neck edging, because I'm a genius. Secondly, I did no neck shaping in the back. I usually do somewhere between 1/2 inch and 1 inch. As you can see, this is just a straight line going across.
Mm-hmm.
Just forgot. Just was out of it and forgot.
Oh.
So I decided, though, I'm going to leave it like this. I've never done a neck without a little bit of neck edging in the back. So I just want to see what this is going to look like. I'm thinking it'll just make my, without neck shaping in the back. So I'm thinking I'll make the neck edging just kind of, you know, stand up on the neck a little bit, which I'm not exactly mad about. So we're just going to see how this goes. We're just going to play it out. This, though, is why I can't write patterns, because I just, you know, fudge things all the time, and it just comes out how it comes out. And you either have to just tell people, well, here's what I did. It's messy, but here's what I did. Or you have to just do it again the right way. And I don't want to do either of those things. So don't expect any patterns from me.
Okay. Okay, we hear you.
But I'm going to do, you know, armhole edging again in this gray. I like the gray neck edging, though.
I think that is somehow it's pulling it all together.
Right?
I can't wait till you do the armholes.
So, and then I'll probably just do a little bit of a hem, not very long, maybe 1/2 inch in the gray on the bottom. And then my vest will be finished. But with all these mistakes I made, I'm feeling like she's a bit janky. So I think we're going to call it a janky vest. I think that is her name now. But yeah, so the vest is really almost finished. And I love this yarn, and I think she's very cute. Let me tell you about what I'm wearing first, then we'll get to some true confessions.
There's news.
And this is the Linus jacket. And I did this thing when I was sewing it together. Because, you know, I just made a big rectangle and then, you know, turned it into a shrug. But I left 1 row of my squares out when I sewed it together to make a collar. And I did it, I just had it on the floor and I was playing around with it, and I saw this and I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cute. However, you know me. See all these threads hanging? So remember, the Linus jacket was longer and I took some rows off. So what I'm going to do is take one of my extra rows, and I'm actually just going to stitch it to the back of my collar, so that no matter how you look at the collar, you're going to see a right side, not a wrong side. Plus, the collar will be double thickness, and I think that'll be a really cute detail.
Yeah, I think that'll give it a lot of body.
Because you see how it rolls here, so you can see a seam. When I put them together, you won't see the seams anymore because it'll be right side on both sides.
Oh, that's cool.
So, just...
Now, are you going to take that apart and match the colors, or is it just going to
No, it's just going to go on however the heck it goes on.
Okay, all right. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad. I was just wondering.
You funny. Okay. So y'all know, I was trying not to buy yarn online this year, and that had been going okay. Part of the reason I was doing that was to buy less yarn, and then I realized I really wasn't buying less yarn. I was just going to yarn stores more often. So I decided to just give up on not buying yarn online.
That is one solution to temptation.
And I bought some yarn online because I wanted it. So I got some yarn from Universal. I'll talk about my box, okay? So I thought I would just show you all what I got. So I shop closeouts. That's when I shop online. I'm typically shopping closeouts, so I get good deals. And I always rationalize it by saying, well, if you don't buy it at this price, because these are discontinued yarns, it'll just disappear and you'll never have that yarn again. That's argument always works on me.
Oh yes.
Especially at like 1 a.m. So this is like kind of an eyelashy yarn. Okay, I don't know how to focus on this new camera, so.
Yeah, don't try to make it focus that way because it's focused on our faces.
Yeah.
I can, if you just hold it up, I can pull it closer in editing.
Okay. She can do editing wizardry. But this is a menu, and it is nylon, baby alpaca, and merino. And I just thought it was really nice to get an eyelash yarn that was not synthetic.
Yeah.
So that's what attracted me to this. And I have an idea for what I want to do with it. And then I had previously purchased some of this this one missing. Nope. Oh no, I only got two, right? I bought some linen, 100% linen, and then I just went back and bought some more. So I have some of this in like a brick red, and so now I just have this off-white, and it's kind of, I can't tell, it's like a grayish, because it's kind of gray, it's kind of beige, but
That's a real true neutral though. It's hard to find. Can you hold it towards the center of the screen for me? There you go.
I have to figure out what size it's in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got this stuff because I was looking for some yarn with sequins in it. And this is, oh, and the linen is called flax. It's actually flax lace because they have it in two different lace. They also have a DK version. So this is Rossetti Cotton Gold. And it's a sequin yarn. Let me see. I see people do that thing with their hand, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. Almost. There you go. Ooh, that's pretty.
Oh yes.
So I have this little dream I've been nursing that I haven't told anyone about. I want to make like a formal kind of dress out of yarn. Like I want to crochet. Because I want my crocheting to be like all encompassing. I tell you, my goal is to be able to make anything that I want to wear. And that's why I bought this. I bought it in 2 colors because I'm going to make a short dress first. So I have it in a purple with silver sequins. And the plan is to hold it, maybe not with this one because the colors are more different than I thought, but with a crochet thread. That's like, it's coming out real blue on camera, but it's purple. But I have this in a bunch of colors. So I'm going to hold it with some crochet thread. And so I have a plan to make a short dress out of the purple, but I want to make like a full like gown out of this kind of off-white.
Speaking of labors of love.
It can be done. It can be
Okay,
done.
girl, we just have different takes on the labor of love.
We're gonna see. We're gonna see how it goes. Like I said, right now that's all living up in here. I don't know if that's ever gonna come to fruition, be like a reality, but that is something I really want to do. 1, just like to test my skills, and 2, like I said, just so nothing is out of reach, right? I just want to be able to make whatever I want to make. So this was the yarn they knew about.
Yeah, I just heard when we sat down to do this that there was secret yarn.
I had also ordered from Webs. I have a Webs problem because they have closeouts.
Wow.
You can get me with a closeout. It's pretty bad. I'm pretty like closeout gullible. Yeah. So I got this cotton. It's Lang Kimberly, and it's cotton, hemp, and polyester. And let's see if I can do that.
It's a chainette.
I don't know how to do this.
Oh, you almost had it.
Ah,
there you go.
There you go. Do you see all the little flecks in it? I love it. And I think I know what I'm going to make out of this because I saw this outfit at Target. I'm lying. I bought this outfit at Target.
Okay, there you go.
I'm thinking it's like a little crop top and a long skirt. And I'm thinking I want to make something. I know I want to make that skirt because I just love the dimensions and the proportion. It's just an A-line skirt. It's just straight and it has buttons down the center front. That one is like a linen blend, the one from Target. But I'm like, I feel like I could just keep cranking that skirt out over and over again. And I feel like this cotton might be exactly what I make that skirt out of. And then let me tell you, I've been eyeballing this yarn for literally a year, like a full-on calendar of 365. So I have no regrets about buying it because a lot of the colors sold out, and there's only one color left that I really, really liked. But it's called Liana by Barocco, and it is a linen yarn. And I just think this texture is so interesting.
Oh, yeah.
For linen. How they have all these different, it's linen and I think a little bit of, is it polyester or nylon? But they've got all these color variations and all these texture variations, but it's linen. And I'm like, how did they do that? And I fell in love with it at first sight, and I've been so good, and I didn't buy it, and I didn't buy it, and I didn't buy it, and then I bought it.
These things happen to all of us. How many yards in a skein is that?
This is 140, but I think I bought 10 skeins, so I have enough to make, you know, I can make a dress, I can make a top, I don't know, but it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and I had to have it. I don't know why yarns like this get discontinued. I'm so confused. I wish there was like a discontinue panel you could like go to and try to like argue for saving the yarn.
Save the yarn.
But yeah, what's in yarn?
Should I pull out the shame gun?
No.
I'll put her in editing.
Don't shame on me. Oh my gosh. But I think I got some beautiful stuff, and I'm really, really happy with it. So that is to yarn buying bands.
Oh, and when you break, man, when you break.
We shouldn't talk about the fact that I have more yarn on the way.
No.
Did I mention less traveled yarns in the last episode? That
No.
they're not going to be selling. Sarah is not going to be selling yarn full time anymore. She's going to be moving on to something else, and so she's getting rid of some of her inventory with some grab bags. So
you grabbed the bag? Mm-hmm. At least one bag, huh?
So yeah, I lost my mind, but
so how does this affect your wool walk plans?
The wool walk plans are the same.
Okay.
It's still one skein per store, especially because we're planning to visit more stores this year than we did last year. Last year it was 6.
Yeah.
This year we have tentatively doubled that. So we'll see what we actually get to. But yeah, it's still one skein per store, and then the plan is to combine all of those to make a thing. And it worked last year. I couldn't believe I actually did it.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking about now is, do I want to buy cotton again like I did last year and make like a lighter weight garment, or do I want to buy wool just because it's gonna be easier, obviously. But we'll see. What's likely going to happen is whatever store I visit first will set the tone. I'll buy a skein there, and then everything else will have to go with that one skein. But yeah, so the plan was to always do a very pared down wool walk. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Whew. So you got some new yarn, right? Where are you gonna store it?
I still have a couple of bins with some space.
Oh, good. All right.
Because I just did my yarn reorg, and I'm in the process of databasing all of it. So I have like that much space left.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So I was in this closet the other day in our house, and I found something. So I made my first garment without a pattern, like I think it was 2019. And since then, I've made more things without patterns than with patterns. But apparently, I had attempted this feat before. And I just found an old attempt at pattern, at a design that I had come up with. And you know what? I'm not mad. So I found this in a closet.
Oh.
Apparently, I was doing cables.
What yarn is that?
Oh, you know what? I didn't bring the whole basket with me, but it's some cheap something from one of the craft stores. But it's got some sparkles in there, and if you can see,
Yeah, that's kind of cute.
And when I saw this cable, I was like, I did that. I did, because I did this before I bought my cable pattern book.
Yeah.
Because the cable book really helped me a lot, kind of just figure out the basics.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, I found something about cables online previously.
And you was working it out.
So I had that twist going down the center. Yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to show things. Okay, yeah. So you see I have the twist going down the middle. And then next to those twists, I have, just those post stitches and then a little further out. So I just had this whole like center design happening that looks really good on camera.
Oh, absolutely. It looks good in real life too.
Was supposed to fit though. So I'm thinking I might want to make this.
Yeah.
Like probably not going to finish it in this yarn, and like I said, I don't think this is wide enough. But I think I'm gonna find some yarn and make this top because this is cute.
Yeah, she is cute.
And I'm like, I'm still like, I did that? Wow. But I vaguely remember this yarn. It might have been from the dollar bin at AC Moore.
Yeah.
Because I used to hit that dollar bin hard. Because if you don't remember, AC Moore, they had the dollar yarn bin, but then they would do those coupons that were like 25% off all full price merchandise. And because the dollar yarn was $1 full price, I got yarn for 75 cents a skein.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little too hard for me to pass up.
Yeah, girl.
So this might be some 75 cent yarn. I think what I did is alternating rows of doubles and singles, and then I did back loop only in the single crochets, so that I would get those horizontal ridges. And I think that's what I like about it. So it's got the horizontal effect and then the vertical thing going down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like I designed that.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know where this is going to fit in the queue because I think I know what I want to make next. But we're going to have to schedule this one because this is cute and I feel like this should happen.
And now it's like haunting you.
It is. Just a little bit. But yeah, I don't know what's in your closets, but apparently I have half finished crochet projects in mine.
Just lurking.
But yeah, that's really all that's going on at the moment.
But you see how long you've kind of been working on this project, even without a real organized plan about it?
Yeah, because there's been no plan. There has been absolutely nothing like a plan happening.
But it's been an ongoing theme that you've been working on. And I think that's kind of important to understand how long things can take to mature into their fully finished form. Because when you were working on that top, you would have never imagined that you would have done all the things you've done so far.
As you can see, like I abandoned it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if somewhere along the way, I don't know if I lost confidence or whatever it was, but I just stopped. So I had finished the front and I had actually started the back. Mm-hmm. And then for whatever reason, I just stopped. But I'm like, why? This is cute.
Yeah. But, sometimes we can't see it at the time. Or maybe, because I know this happens with me. If I kind of like don't know which way to go, I might stop that project altogether. Or heaven help me, I get stuck at some point and that brings me out of a project. But I'm going to ask you guys, what brings you out of projects? What makes a project end up in your, wherever your frog pond might be? Because I've got actually an old project lurking under my desk right now.
Because sometimes you don't officially stop in your mind. You're like, oh, I'm going to get back to that. And you lie. You lie to yourself
You know,
for no reason.
You could have meant it at the time.
But after 6 months go by and then 12 months go by, at some point you have to like.
Can I tell you, every time
wake up to the truth.
Every time I see that yarn drum under my desk, I feel guilty about that project, and I just like, oh.
I have another project. Do you remember the Impossible Dress?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the Impossible.
She's mostly finished, but I just got paused. I just got set on pause with that dress, and I don't know. That's another one I want to finish.
I call it the curse. Sometimes a project gets the curse on it, and I can't bring myself to work on it. And sometimes I can't even tell you why. It's just, I don't want to work on that.
Right. I feel like I'm going to start over in a different yarn.
Yeah.
The Impossible Dress, I want to finish her. She's in a bag in my room.
What did you work the Impossible Dress in? I can't even remember the name.
Monos.
Oh, yeah.
Fina, maybe? I mean, it's a wool and silk. Real nice stuff. And then down the front, I had the beaded and sequin from Art Yarns. Yeah, I don't want that to go to waste. Yeah. That stuff wasn't cheap. What happened was I had stopped working on it because I'd run out of yarn, but my mom was making a sweater out of the same yarn, and so I was waiting to see if she would have any left over to donate. And then she gave it to me, and for some reason, I just never went back to the dress. But I am going to. I'm going to finish it because, first of all, it's really nice yarn that I used in the dress. Mm-hmm. And it's almost done. It's actually almost finished. But yeah, sometimes you just run into a wall for some reason.
Yeah. And I don't know why.
So maybe that's one of the things I want to do this year. I want to take up some of those forgotten projects and actually finish them. I want to finish the Impossible Dress because she's pretty. But I'm gonna probably do this shirt first. But yeah, that's all that's been going on lately. Old projects coming back to haunt me. I fell off the wagon, and the wagon just ran me over. Honey.
Girl.
It's bad.
That's how it always is when you fall off the wagon.
Right? You don't just like have a sip. You go on a bender.
Exactly. You go on a yarn bender.
So that's where I am right now. Almost finished my vest though. The vest is not stalled. Like I said, I just have not been feeling the best, and so I decided let me not make any more mistakes. Mm-hmm. Let me just take a break. But I'll probably get back to it. I'll probably pick it up again over the weekend.
And I think for ongoing whips for me, I just have my my sweater and my shawl, and I have been putting in work on them, so I'm pretty happy with my progress on them. They will be done eventually at some point.
It's so weird because last year you were like knocking things out.
Actually, you know what? I was slow last year too, but it accumulates. If you knit for months on end, it accumulates on you because
you know what? I think it's shawls. I'm slow with shawls.
I'm slow with everything.
But your sweater is going much faster. Yeah. And last year when you made it's not the rainbow.
Yeah, the painting rainbows.
No, it wasn't painting rainbows. It was painting something else. Painting honeycombs?
Yes.
Yeah, that one took you a long time. Shawls slow you down.
And they're big. They're like really, really massive.
But yeah. So that's it for this week. That's all we got going on.
All right, guys.
And Wool Walk's coming up, and I'm excited.
Is anybody else in New Jersey gonna be on the Wool Walk? Let us know. Maybe we'll see it.
All right, so I think that's it.
That's it for me.
All right, bye everyone.
Have a good week.
Stay stitching.